Konnichiwa! The PlayStation Vita is one of the handheld games of choice for those that want to engage in indie titles or just some great handheld gaming. In today's show, we're going to be taking a look at 5 of the best games that showed off the power and capabilities of the PlayStation Vita. My name's Mike, and this is the Retro Gamer Boy Show. The PlayStation Vita is fast becoming the next console to collect for. The games are becoming more expensive and harder to get hold of, and it's a fantastic console that still gets independent games developed for it. Companies like Limited Run Games do a fantastic job in continuing to support this brilliant console. And now that Sony are no longer to be closing down the PlayStation Vita store, I thought it was time we check out 5 games that really show off the power of this awesome little handheld console. If you got a favourite PlayStation Vita game, or you disagree with the 5 that I've chosen that showcase the power of the PlayStation Vita, then let us know in the comments below. And remember to hit that thumbs up button to let the YouTube overlords know that this is a video they should share with the rest of the YouTube verse. So this is my original PlayStation Vita, the one I ordered while I was working at Sony PlayStation. And I went all in on the PlayStation Vita. I was so excited by it. I got my hands on the PlayStation Vita about a year before the general public did, and I got to play some awesome games. I was on some beta tests, some user tests for games like Wipeout 2097 and for Killzone. And I picked up the Vita, I got the one that allowed you to go online, I got the Cradle, I got the battery, and I got something like 7 games. In fact, the PlayStation Vita is the console that I've bought the most games for at launch. When it comes to consoles, I've always thought that PlayStation have been ahead of the curve when it comes to delivering full-fat console experiences in handheld format. The PlayStation Vita is one of my all-time favourite handhelds and is a console that I'm actively collecting for today. And the PlayStation Vita just took it to a whole new level. A level that was so far beyond the PSP that it almost felt that you were playing PlayStation 3 games in your hand. Now there was some technical trickery that went on and there was a little bit of optimization in there, but for the most part the Vita delivered on that full console experience. And it went way beyond that. You could play your PlayStation 4 games. In fact, you still can play your PlayStation 4 games by streaming over the console. The connection isn't that great, but that kind of technology, that vision they had for the console is just something that no one had at that time. And some of the games that came out on the system were just frankly groundbreaking. Something that had never been seen in a form factor so small. So let's kick off with looking at the 5 games I think really showcase the PlayStation Vita. At number 5, we've got Uncharted Golden Abyss. This game delivered a full Uncharted experience in your hands, an original story in the Uncharted franchise. There was some interesting device-specific mechanics, things like using the touchscreen and the rear touchscreen to perform certain actions within the game. There were some stunning visuals in this game, and it really felt like I was playing Uncharted on the PlayStation 3. The Vita unlocked the ability for developers to create a AAA platform game. Everything you'd expect from amazing voice acting, cutscenes, expansive levels, and engaging mechanics. I absolutely loved Uncharted Golden Abyss, and as far as something that pushed the system, this did it in droves. This is a stunning, stunning game, and if you haven't got it in your collection, time to pick it up. And number 4, we've got Killzone Mercenary. And if you haven't guessed already, I love Killzone. I have every single copy of the game that was released. And this was an absolutely stunning technical achievement, as well as an amazing game. The holy grail of handheld consoles, trying to reproduce a first-person shooter that doesn't sacrifice on mechanics or speed or environment or just the immersion you get with a first-person shooter. And with the Vita's true analog sticks and that fantastic processor inside the console, we got a stunning and probably the first great first-person shooter on a handheld console. Now, there were a number of other first-person shooters that came out on the PlayStation Vita, but nothing quite hit the mark like Killzone Mercenary.
Knows you're coming. Get the Admiral out of there.
Next up, one of my all-time favourite game franchises ever, Little Big Planet. I love Little Big Planet so much that I actually modelled my own avatar that I have in Little Big Planet in real life so I could have it in my games room. And when I heard there was going to be a Little Big Planet game, I pre-ordered this straight away. And it didn't disappoint. This game does everything Little Big Planet 2 does, but on a PlayStation Vita. And if you know anything about Little Big Planet, you'll just know how complex a game this can be. You can create your own games, your own genres inside the world of Little Big Planet. And you can replicate all of that functionality on this Little Big Planet for the PlayStation Vita. Aside from all of these stunning creator tools that this game has, the 4-player campaign mode is nothing less than amazing. It is a full-fat Little Big Planet campaign mode 4-player on your PlayStation Vita. All of the charm, the storyline, the ingenuity of level design are packed into this little chip here and available to play on the go. And number 2, we have a huge hitter of a game. Borderlands 2! Borderlands 2 on the PlayStation Vita. No one thought it possible. And what's more, you can swap between playing on your PlayStation 3 and your PlayStation Vita. You continue this game on the go and then when you get home as well. Much like the kind of functionality we now see on the Nintendo Switch. And whilst this has some optimization in it compared to the PlayStation 3 version, its OLED screen makes this game look stunning. And for the most part, the performance of this game is just amazing. You can hook up with all of your favourite characters and go for a drink down at Moxie's bar before heading out and killing a load of bad guys and picking up all of their ammo. It's just one of the most fantastic and technically impressive games to come out on the PlayStation Vita. And the best thing of all, it's not that expensive to pick up this game here. It is a true gem of a game on the PlayStation Vita, and again, another fantastic first-person shooter, showing that the PlayStation Vita was probably the first console to really crack this genre on the go.
Great. Another deadbolt hunter. Handsome Jack's been busy. Wait a minute! You're not dead! Yes! Now I can get off this glacier. Claptrap, your metaphorical ship has finally come in!
So far, we've checked out 4 games. 4 games that have franchises that already exist on the PlayStation 3. So it's easy to make a comparison between the Vita and the PlayStation 3 with these games. And with Borderlands 2, you can make a direct comparison. But for our number 1 game, we're going to be checking out one of the most amazing and stunning original titles to come out on a handheld platform. And that's Gravity Rush. If anyone had any concerns about what the PlayStation Vita was capable of doing, they just need to play Gravity Rush. Gravity Rush is an open world fantasy game where you can change gravity to navigate this immense world. It has an amazing storyline and a stunning world that just immerses you in the game. And that unique mechanic of being able to change gravity to not only navigate but also attack is just stunning. Gravity Rush proves itself not only to be technically amazing, but also an absolutely genius game. Probably one of the best games to be released on the system. The game did get a remastered version that came out on the PlayStation 3 and 4, I think. And there was Gravity Rush 2 that came out as well. But this title here, when I played it for the first time on the PlayStation Vita, I was just blown away. I hadn't played anything like it even on my PlayStation 3, and it made me want to have this title have a similar functionality to Borderlands 2, to be able to play it on my PlayStation 3 and then on the go with the PlayStation Vita. So those are my 5 games that I think really push the PlayStation Vita. Not just from a graphical point of view or from an audio point of view, but also from a world generation point of view, from the environments and experiences they managed to craft on such a small handheld device. I think the PlayStation Vita really cemented itself as a console that could genuinely take on first-person shooters in your hand and produced some of the best original titles to come out on any of the Sony PlayStation platforms. If you've enjoyed this episode and you're new to the Retro Gamer Boy Show, then why not consider subscribing? You can do this by clicking on a little button down below. We make brand new episodes every single Monday, and you can get notified by also clicking on another little button below this video. But if you can't wait until Monday, don't worry. We've got you covered with a huge back catalogue of retro gaming videos, 2 of which you can see over here.